What's going on, people? Phonics. Right to truth.
Yeah. Cool-headed, but I'm too deadly. All the way up to the top where I'm going, nigga, where you headed? King shit, overrule peasants. Don't lose your bitch for 2 seconds. All I gotta do is talk to her for a few seconds, and she'll be trying to get me smooth back it. Gooseneck, man, marijuana, get the move ready. Crew reppin' since 9th grade, high school freshman. Young nigga, I was too restless. You guessed it, no cap, it's a new era. Midnight with my last bitch and my last bitch. That's 2 X's, Dos Equis, 2 N's. I was gone for a few seconds and came home.
What up? Yo, welcome to Right the Truth. It's your boy Phonics, man. I'm in the building. Yo, it's been a minute, but I'm definitely glad to be back. I'm glad to be talking to y'all, man. I hope everybody is good out there. I just like to get straight down to business, man, and you know what I'm saying, talk about what I'm going to talk about. And this definitely bothered me when I heard this, man. Chicago and Detroit, man. And as many know, I live in Michigan, and I don't live too far from Detroit. And the shootings, man, I'm just gonna get to Chicago in a minute. I'm gonna get to Chicago first, man. But it's this violence in these cities, man. And sadly, you know what I'm saying, these is black controlled cities, man. These is black controlled cities where all this is taking place. Now, the mayor of Detroit, yes, Matt Duggan is white, Caucasian. However, you know what I'm saying? The city council, the police commissioner, the chief of police, these are black people, man. And I'm just tired of hearing all the BS and all the excuses that we make for these demons who are committing these crimes, because they are in fact demons. We had in Chicago this weekend 109 people shot and 19 fatalities. I repeat, Chicago over the July 4th weekend had 109 shootings and 19 fatalities. I want y'all to listen to this real quick.
An 8-year-old boy has died after a mass shooting that took place early this morning on the south side, bringing the death toll to 3. Yeah, 2 women were also killed. 2 other children tonight in critical condition. Our Tia Ewing has details from Grand Crossing.
I honestly can't even tell you what I thought was going on.
Frank Mixon was home visiting from college when he woke up to gunfire.
I just woke up, went upstairs, and I just saw a massacre of everything, So it was very vivid for the mind for me to just see everything. It was crazy.
His mother, Nikisha Strong, in her 40s, was killed. Mixon says she worked hard. She was an employee of FedEx.
My mom, such an amazing woman. No one ever showed me how to go get in and work hard like her. Working day and night, take care of kids who aren't hers.
Described as the person in the family that would get everyone together here at her home in the 7100 block of Woodlawn. A neighbor reported seeing men knocking on the door at around 6:15 Thursday morning. Those knocks turned into gunfire.
2 vehicles pulled up into the area. Multiple subjects exited those vehicles and fired at this residence. Multiple shell casings were recovered from both a rifle and a handgun.
Chicago police tell us also killed was a woman in her 20s. The family says her name is Capri Edwards, described as Strong's niece by family. The people responsible for this shooting have not been tracked down. As for Mixon, he was surrounded by his high school coaches. The now college basketball player says his mother would want him to stay focused and keep going.
Yeah, my mom was one of the most wonderful women you could ever meet in your life. Definitely the love of my life for sure.
Chicago police tell me this is still a very active investigation of what happened in Grand Crossing. If you have video or you know anything about the circumstances, you can submit an anonymous tip to Chicago police by going to cpdtip.com. Tia Ewing, Fox 32, Chicago.
Now, y'all heard that. An innocent woman is killed. 2 innocent women. They've killed children over this weekend. And these demons haven't been caught. And I got to give the son a lot of credit, man, for really keeping his composure, staying calm, and just talking so glowingly about his mother. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, I probably would go grab my pistol and I would want get back, man. I would really want get back. Nah, I'm not waiting for God to handle these demons. I'm not waiting, because the justice system, what they going to do, lock them up? 40, 50 years. Taxpayers got to pay the money. They can still get visits. They can still see their family. They eat good. They get drugs in there. They start playing with other little demons in there. Nah, man. Nah. And Brandon Johnson, you know what I'm saying? The mayor of Chicago, you know, he spoke earlier, and the police chief, the commissioner, whoever he was, and, you know, they keep saying we're going to dump resources. What resources can stop demons from doing devilishment? Demons have to be destroyed. Demons will not stop until they're destroyed. These people can't be redeemed or reformed. I don't want them to be redeemed or reformed. Like, we have all these so-called OGs who be on YouTube now. These clowns and did 30 and 40 years in jail. Now they got some advice for people. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You took a life, and your life should have been taken. So now if you did 20, 30, 40 years, now you got to change your heart, and you're somebody to listen to? Nah, I don't want to hear nothing you have to say. You contributed nothing to society. My parents and then me, once I got in the workforce, have taken care of you for the better part of your life and my life. And you have nothing to show for it. Because you see, you're the originators of this devilishment. And look, I'm tired of hearing this whole thing about, well, in my day, we ain't do this. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. See, because the thing is, the killings, they ain't just start. The weapons have got more advanced, but the killing's been going on. They was doing this in the early 2000s. They was doing, especially in Chicago, they was doing this in the 90s. They was doing this in the 80s, and they were doing it in the 70s. Go back and do your research. And these are cities that's controlled by black people, councilmen and aldermen and mayors and whatever, and all of this anarchy and chaos is going on. And you got the poor people in Chicago marching in the street, begging their own children to stop the violence and stop killing each other and killing themselves. 109 people shot, 19 fatalities in a supposedly civilized society here in these United States of America. But let one black person lose their life to a cop, everybody coming out in the streets. Oh, the goons is out there too. Everybody protesting and how this is wrong, and the police are the enemy, and defund the police. And that's what you say, right? Defund the police. Because look, they're killing innocent black people. Meanwhile, these demons is running around killing women and children in the early mornings. And all you want to do is blame. Oh, it's poverty, is this. It's always excuses with the Negro people. Or as Jesse Lee Peterson like to say, the blacks. It's always excuses, man. Why do we always excuse evil behavior? This is something that can't be created. It can't be corrected. And the mothers and fathers need to recognize that they're giving birth to demons. And the poor people who can't leave these communities, they're being held hostage by these bastards. And I say enough's enough. I say the real men that live in these communities, you need to organize and arm yourselves, and you need to chase these demons off these blocks. However you have to do it. And I can't say it but so much on YouTube because you know they'll flag my video, but you get my drift. Handle your business. Hey, I'd rather you take them out than the police or something, than them sitting up on my dime in the county jail, then away to state prison for the next 30, 40 years. Get rid of them. What good are they doing? I keep hearing, well, you know, they need programs and the school system need to do this. They don't go to school, so what difference would it make? What difference would it make if you have programs in school for people who are not present in school? Or if they're in school, they're acting like animals? what they did in Michigan, but see, they can't do this to the Negroes because they're going to claim it's racism. What they did with the Oxford shooters' parents, the Crumleys, they held them criminally liable for that demon boy going in school and killing those innocent children because they bought him the firearm. It should go the same way with these parents whose demon kids is out here doing the devilishment. And if they're not kids, then guess what? If you're allowing these dusty niggas to stay in your homes, because yo, let's get something straight. They're not paying any taxes. They're not paying any rent. They're living in somebody's place. If you're harboring these criminals, these demons, and these fugitives, you should be evicted. You should lose your home. Bottom line. Because it makes no sense. This is ridiculous that this is going on. Something else, you know what I'm saying? I want to read to y'all real quick. Give me 1 second. Trying to find it. All right. This comes from the Detroit Metro Times. This is where over this holiday weekend, 19 people were injured and 2 were killed. The article says Detroiters left in the dark about mass shooting. The bodies were cold by the time Detroiters learned that a mass shooting wounded 19 people and killed 2 others at a block party early Sunday morning. There were no press conferences or social media posts alerting residents about one of the worst mass shootings in Detroit's history. Never mind that the gunmen were still on the loose as of Sunday evening. The shooting occurred about 2:30 a.m. on Rossini near Gratiot. In any other city, it's unimaginable that residents would be alerted to such a horrific event. But this is Detroit, where the narrative of a comeback city leaves no space for acknowledging the grim truths about persistent gun violence. It's at least the 3rd mass shooting in Detroit since June 1. On June 15th, 5 people were shot at a party on the city's east side. The shooting occurred on a Saturday, but it wasn't until the next Monday that police addressed the violence at a news conference. By contrast, 9 people were wounded at a splash pad in suburban Rochester Hills, and police immediately alerted the public on social media, news releases, and a press conference. Quote, "Now we have the largest mass shooting in recent history, and I'm reading the national news before the mayor or police chief say anything." Unquote. Detroit Police Commissioner Ricardo Moore tells Metro Times. "I'm beginning to think our leadership only works Monday through Friday." Moore, who's elected to oversee the police department, says Detroit leaders owe it to residents to be honest about gun violence. Quote, "The problem is the normalcy of these shootings," unquote, Moore says. "Come January 1, the police will say crime is down, and then we'll start all over again. Funeral homes, hospitals, and florists are the only people who profit from Detroit crime." On Sunday morning, a Fox 2 reporter stood outside the site of the mass shooting on Rossini, but couldn't get information from police about what happened. It wasn't until about 10:15 a.m., or nearly 8 hours after the violence broke out, that the television news station finally confirmed there was a mass shooting. And it wasn't until 11:35 a.m. that the public learned that the shooter or shooters were still on the loose, and that information came in a social media post by the Michigan State Police. Quote, "Currently there is no one in custody," MSP wrote, referring reporters to Detroit police for further information. Later in the day, the city announced there would be a news conference with DPD Chief James White and Mayor Mike Duggan, but not until 11 a.m. Monday. "The violence at several block parties over the last 3 days has been heartbreaking for this city," Duggan said in a statement to Metro Times. "Young people and innocent neighbors are being put at risk every weekend. Chief White and I will hold a full briefing tomorrow to discuss the spike in violence at these events as our plans to address it." Okay, that's enough of that. Yeah, so I listened to the conference today, and James White, the City of Detroit Police Chief, first thing he gonna say is people from outside the city of Detroit that's contributing to the majority of the violence that's going in. They're bringing lawlessness into the city of Detroit, like Detroit doesn't already have lawlessness. Then he showed a graphic of the victims, with the majority being citizens of the city of Detroit. So what are we talking about here? That's an excuse. Number 2, as in Chicago with Detroit, police officers aren't being taught to do what they did in years past, is patrol. Why are they not patrolling these high crime areas? If dudes have enough time to shoot 19 people, I don't care if they use a switch or not. They had too much time to get off. They should have been neutralized immediately. Parents, adults, stop going to these events, man. Black people do not like other black people. I don't care how they try to paint it. They don't like each other. Black people hate each other. This is why they kill each other. This is why we have such toxic relationships between black men and black women. And it's a particular type of black people. It's not all of us. But that has to be said. Leave these events alone. These dudes, they don't like women. They don't like girls. Because if they did, they'd be going there trying to holler at them. They wouldn't be going there trying to beef. And the thing is, you can't say, oh, they're trying to show off. They ain't trying to show off. They literally trying to kill somebody. Or slide, as they say. Or drill, as they say. They're not going to holler at females. Hell, you know they ain't thinking about females because they know when they get caught, where they going for the next 20, 30 years. And they seem to don't have a problem with that. With being around a bunch of men. Stay away from these areas, man. But I'm sick of all these so-called, you're on the stage with you had all these so-called activists. They standing behind and everybody, well, you know, we need to do this and the kids and this and that. These ain't kids. These is demons disguised as kids. They're in their body. The soul is gone. There's no resurrecting that soul. You can't turn that soul good. It's gone. It has to be destroyed. You can't save everybody. But you're willing to let the people who can be saved fall victim to these assholes? It's the innocence that's being, it's not, they didn't say not one time, well, it was a shootout and dudes returned fire and then they got killed. No, it's innocent, unarmed people who are loved by somebody or somebody who maybe had a bright future. But you're going to put the demon in front of these people? We can't have that. You shouldn't have that. If you live in this community, you shouldn't have that. Get these people off your streets by any means necessary. There is no judicial system that can handle these demons. All they're going to do is throw them behind bars. You think that's a punishment? Hell, they prefer that to the streets. They want to be in a sausage factory. Put them where they're trying to put their ops, underground. That's where they need to go. And as far as this so-called black leadership, you're failing. You're looking really bad. Democrats, you're looking really bad. Because see, your answer is, you know, everybody is helpless. And, you know, everybody needs this. And these are poor people and they don't have this. We have all these excuses. This is how the Democrats keep a job. Because if they actually put you in a situation to succeed, they would be out of office. Just think about that. If they actually put these people in a position to be successful, they would be out of a job. If they actually held these people accountable, they would never get voted for. Yeah, I heard something about that too. You know, here Detroit throwing all this money around to these so-called activists, and they're supposed to be bringing the numbers down, the homicides and gun. No, you're not. And you dudes, you so-called men who are activists, you're really shameful because you coddling these dudes. You're not really coming at them the way you should come at them. What, you afraid you're going to lose them? They lost anyway. They're lost anyway. What are you going to lose? They're already lost. They're already damned to hell. That's what many of you aren't realizing. We need to fight to save the ones who do have an opportunity, who do have a shot, who don't want to be in their same position, who want to be successful, who want to contribute to society in a positive way. This is what we're not doing, black people. This is what you're not being told anywhere else. I don't have nothing to lose. So I don't give up. You know what? Everybody wants to be a TikToker. Everybody wants to be a rapper. Nobody wants to go to school. Nobody wants to get an education, but they think that they're supposed to have the same things as everybody else who work hard for it. And yo, those of us who work hard for it, you arm yourself and you make sure you protect yourself. So when them demons come and try to take it from you, you know what to do. Yep. They don't want to work hard for the stuff that we work hard for, but they feel like they deserve to have it. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? This is just absolutely shameful, man. You know, the poverty, you know, you constantly, so because you're poor, that means you have to commit crimes. Because you're poor, that means you have to be a crack addict. Because you're poor, that means you have to be a thief. Again, we don't know anything about history. We weren't the only poor people in this country at one time. Why did everybody else rise above it, but black people can't seem to do that? Why can everybody else stick together, but black people can't seem to do that? And then you have those that are calling me a coon because I don't want to associate with y'all. I don't associate with any of that stuff that you consider black, if that's what black is. I'm saying it on record. Because that ain't what my ancestors thought black was. That's what you new Negroes think black is. We supposed to go along with all your foolishness and your ignorance, and everything's supposed to be okay. And I'm not going along with that. I refuse to. I refuse to tell my daughters that it's okay to have a bunch of bastard children out of wedlock. I refuse to tell my daughters that it's okay that you know, you don't go to college. You know, I'm not going to do that because I was raised with morals. And see, you know, we got a lot of demons. You know what I'm saying? Coming together, and yo, they're having these little demons. These people who should have never had children, who don't want them anyway. So this is why they out in the street. Then you got a bunch of adults that ain't doing shit with their life. So this is all they doing. They in the street looking for the next party. But remember what I'm telling you. These dudes ain't going to party because they're not even interested in women. They go in there to see if they see somebody and they can start shooting indiscriminately, which is a cowardly act in itself. You can't even hit your target. That should tell you that that's evil alone, to where you say, I am going to shoot into a crowd and hit whoever. I don't care if they're innocent, they ain't got nothing to do with this. You telling me that person deserves to be on the street again? That person deserves to breathe? Any person that would kill an 8-year-old baby, a 6-year-old baby, a mother who's covering herself, her 1-year-old baby, and she gets shot because she's trying to protect her baby? And you think you a man? Again, yo, police, we're gonna have to do better work, man. We're gonna have to do more patrolling. Because for these and all these incidents, all these demons got away. And look, I get it. You know, since the George Floyd thing, the public sentiment with police has been very effed up, man. It's been very effed up. And a lot of times, it's not worth the money you're paying them to keep dealing with these situations for either these dudes to get off or they get roughed up a little bit and now they hollering police brutality and that cop loses his job and now possibly goes to jail. You got a bunch of people that would never be police because of what happened at George Floyd incident, who probably thought about being a cop, even with the lack of pay. And it's just ironic to me, 3-4 years ago, the same community that was shitting on police, now you need their help. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. You see, you listening to them liberals. They don't live where you live. They got officers that get paid real well in their areas. They patrol their neighborhoods. They ain't let nothing happen in their neighborhoods. Rashida Tlaib don't live. She don't live in that part of Detroit, I'm sure. or any of these other politicians. They not in the hood. They ain't out there like you. So be careful what you ask for. Because we have to have police in this society to maintain law and order. And unfortunately, as far as you Negroes, you can't police yourselves because you're too many of y'all are animals at this point. You're wild, you're rabid animals. And if anybody knows anything about a rabid animal, there's only one way you can deal with it. There's only one way. You have to put it down. You have to put it out as misery. And these animals, these demons that's running around here, they have to be put out their misery. And you're absolutely right, Black Friday. There is no block parties where they're at. They're not having nobody make noise until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. After people have called police, the police chief admitted that. People called earlier. Where were the police? And then the police, the chief tried to say, well, I don't want to stop nobody from having fun. And look, if I was the police chief, look, this is how it's going down. I'm instituting a curfew for the rest of the summer. And if we can't get it right by the rest of the summer, we're going to go all year long. If I catch a minor on the street, parents, once we come to your house, we bring everybody in. And we're going to fine the hell out you. And that final fine, you're going to do 6 months in the county jail. If you can't control your child, you need to let the courts know, and we'll put them somewhere until they're 18. And then they'll go somewhere else after that, more than likely. But look, at the end of the day, it's not just law enforcement. Again, like I said, it starts with the men. But black men are so immature. They so busy creating families all over the place. Who can they be a father to? I'm 42. These dudes is my age, and they still think they're 22. They still trying to hit all the females they can hit, and they got kids all over the place. They're not being a father to anybody. And it's being showed at the higher level when you have niggas like Nick Cannon impregnating all these whores, having all these bastard children. But meanwhile, they want to talk about the black man and this and that. That's your black. See, your black has no morals. Your black has no standards. You know what I'm saying? Your black is just whatever goes. And the rest of us, we don't subscribe to that. Of course they're going to claim it was an illegal block party. But the fact is, you had all these people out in the street. Where were the police at? But I'm going to get back to the black man for a minute. These is your kids out there, and you too scared to even go confront them and get their ass out the street. They running around here doing all kind of devilish stuff, and you ain't nowhere to be found because you chasing this chick, you chasing that chick, and you women ain't no damn better. Because most of y'all still looking for a man instead of raising your damn kids. These dudes out there running the street doing crime, and they coming back to your house, and you ain't saying nothing to them. And you know they out there. But the minute Ray Ray get his head blown off by Popo, oh, he was a good kid. He didn't deserve that. Yeah, whatever. Now we're supposed to have all the sympathy, and that's when the Al Sharptons and them come out. It's such a backwards. It's such a, as you blacks like to call it, it's such a backwards culture. It's so backwards. It's so disgusting, and it's so shameful. And it's really disturbing to me that you people don't see any problem with it. You hate each other. You're always mad. You always want to fight. You're always so angry. You're so angry about being poor. Get yourself out the situation. Get an education. You won't do any of that. But you want everybody to get down to your level. And the politicians are no better. Because all they do is coddle to these people and tell them what they want to hear because they want votes. They don't tell them that they need to clean themselves up morally. They don't tell them that there's powers in the family sticking together. And tell these young women, stop having all these kids by these sorry ass dudes who don't want you anyway, because they're not even interested in women again. It's just animalistic behavior. They'll stick their thing in anything. Why do you think they be chilling so hard in jail? Why do you think they so quick to go back? They enjoy it. And then they wonder why their kids turn out the way they turn out. At the end of the day, y'all have to look in the mirror. You want to blame the white man. You want to bring poverty to the school system. It's you. Black people have more opportunities than they've ever had. We have wealth. Y'all like to talk snap junk about Oprah and all of that, claiming what she don't do. Do for what? Y'all ain't, for what? If Oprah is doing, how are y'all going to benefit from it? You don't want to go to college. You don't even want to learn nothing. Half the foolishness on YouTube is consumed of is gang culture now, or is rappers or so-called beef. It's a whole bunch of stupidity. And it does really well. And these are the people that your kids is looking up to. You're looking up to them. I didn't watch the BET Awards. I never do. I don't watch that black stuff. I don't watch that stuff. But I heard about it. I'm not surprised. Anybody will do. Black people will do anything for a bag. And that same white man that they like to criticize so much, they love entertaining them, don't they? They love entertaining them. And what did Malcolm tell you about? What did Malcolm X tell you about your entertainers? You know what I'm saying? You go back and look that up. But yeah, no, it's not hip to be educated. It's hip to be a dumbass out here smoking weed all day. Yeah, I'm about to slide on my ops and you know what I'm saying, this and that, looking stupid. And then you come home like these old gang niggas that's on all these podcasts, and now they trying to kick some knowledge. You look stupid. You ain't telling nobody nothing. You ain't, I'm trying to help the youth stay out of trouble. They said that when you was a youth. And look what happened to you. Did you listen? You niggas don't listen. You're not going to listen until you sat down for some years. And then you finally figure out, damn, after 30 years, yeah, I don't want to be here. You ain't got no kids. Your girl done left you. Or you done been around this men all your life. And you don't sit here and tell me you ain't do 30 years and you ain't been with no man. Don't nobody want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, yeah. You done did 30 years in prison and you talking about you still an A-Trade gangster or you still an Avalon Crip or you still a Rolling 60. You sound like a fool. And that whole LA culture, y'all a bunch of weirdos, man. It's some weirdo shit. And for y'all to take that anywhere else in the United States and for y'all dudes to follow that, you're weirdos. Point blank and simple. A wise elder once told me, big shout out to Daruba Ben Wahab, my elder. He once told me, man, if you gang banging after the age of 16, you're a retard. That's what he told me. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, because these particular men only care about physical attributes. So what they care about them being a poor mother or something like that. They don't care about them being a mother at all. They don't care about them being a mother to their children. It's all about sex and then that's it. That's why most of these children are here. I mean, I know we're all here because of that, but of the act of sex. But I'm just talking about, and that's it. It's literally, and that's it. They have nothing else in common. They can't get along. They can't this. They can't. It's nothing else in common but that. But yeah, that whole gangbanging culture, all of that shit is lame to me. And for people to just be following it, and you see what it's leading to, it's pathetic. And when you have older men, like I said, who are supposed to be kicking real knowledge, but they're not. People like Whack 100's lame ass who still talking about on Paru, on this and that. Almost a 50-year-old man. You see how pathetic they are, the blacks. That's how pathetic they are. And it's the same thing with the, you know what I'm saying, with the women. They too busy trying to look good to get a certain type of man. They're not concerned with being a better mother. They're not even concerned with being a better person. But look, this works all the way around. I'm not pointing the finger at no one person. You know, but I keep hearing solutions. I'm giving you a solution. The solution is you have to destroy evil. You can't live amongst evil. You can't pray evil away. You have to destroy it, dismantle it, eradicate it from the face of the earth. That's how you get rid of it. As long as you're living around them demons, continue to experience devilish behavior. They can lock up as many as they want. There are more coming. Poor people breed like roaches. They breed like roaches. They have nothing else to do with their time. So that's all they're doing is having sex. And irresponsible, unprotected sex at that. They have nothing else better to do. There's no school. There's no nothing. So look, y'all can keep it up. And let me tell you something. Might not be in my lifetime. It might not be in my kids' lifetime. But you blacks, you're eventually going to destroy yourselves and go extinct. And that might be the master plan. And maybe that should come to fruition. Because you're certainly not contributing anything to society. All you're doing is taking away, and the rest of us have to deal with the trauma that you leave behind. The people who are losing family members, who don't have anything to do with this foolishness. The people, you know what I'm saying, the poor kids that could have became anything in life, and now they don't even have a future due to you demons that's walking the earth. I hate you. I hate your parents who had you. I wish the worst for your whole family. I could never love anything like you. All I could do is hate you. I don't believe in reforming you. I don't believe in counseling you. I believe you're going to constantly create chaos on this earth as the devil does until you're destroyed. Again, this is something you can't pray away, people. A lot of these people are long gone. Especially the older they get. After 15 or 16, you can forget it. And people will say, no, I'm not. You know, I went to prison. I did 20 years. Look, there's an anomaly for everything. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of people who have went to prison and came home and changed their lives. I'm not finna bet that on everybody. And I'm not going to bet that on these demons that's done wrong. In my humble opinion, you take a life, your life should be taken. You should not be spared. Again, we live in a so-called civilized society, but we're dealing with uncivilized people. So why should they be held to our standards? And that's what you brothers got to start realizing. New Era Detroit, Detroit 300. You are holding these people to the standards of a civilized society, and they're uncivilized. You better get with it, man. You want your streets back? You want your community? Because I'm telling you, they're already trying to get rid of you Negroes. They're already trying to get rid of you, Negro. They're already trying to get rid of y'all. So you making it easier for them. You can keep running to them, and you can keep taking their little funding and buying your little cars or whatever, and talking to a few youth and think you're doing something, or you can really take care of the problem. So the older people can live in peace. In a few decades, I'll be one of them older people, and my generation will. Should they have to keep going through this? What are you scared of? Because I guarantee you, if I got in your face and said something like this, you'd want to take my head off. Because again, black people don't like black people. Black people hate black people. And especially when you don't agree with their agenda. See, if you go against that, you know what I'm saying, their fuckery and like what they got going, oh, they get very angry about that. Because you're just supposed to go along with everything. You know? That's why black people were so quick to jump on Bill Cosby's ass when he got them allegations. Because Bill Cosby had went on a big thing for some years when he was talking about black people. Pull your pants up. Speak right. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your children. See, they didn't like that. Black people hate when you so-called put their dirty laundry out there in the street. You know what I'm saying? As if the white man doesn't already know. Why do you think he treats you accordingly? I'm just saying, why do you think that? He knows many of you men, you ain't taking care of your children. And yo, I find it almost laughable today about the men that I hear who are not on child support for whatever reason, or are not paying child support. But that's another story for another day. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this problem, I'm not gonna say it's simple, but it definitely can be solved. I don't hate all the black people either. You've been listening all the time. You heard what I said. I hate those black people. Those ain't my people. Those are the niggas and the nigga women. Those ain't my people. I don't think like them. I don't live like them. Those people have no moral compass. Because if they did, they wouldn't be shooting and killing innocent people. They wouldn't be having child after child after child. They can't take care of the first. I was watching a little documentary today about some kids in Houston, Texas. No, Dallas, Fort Worth, DFW. And these dudes, these young boys now, maybe, I think they said 18, 19, 20. Talking about they dropped out of school in 8th grade. Who's letting a 13-year-old drop out in 8th grade? Then one of the kids, the host asked him, like, when you stop going to school? He said in middle school. So the dude was like, well, how old you are? He's like, man, I don't know. I think 15 or something. What do you mean 15? 15, you're supposed to be a sophomore in high school. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. They just want to get in the streets. All they talking about is, oh, yeah, you know, I want to look fresh because, you know, we ain't have it like that. This is all that's on their mind. How they look to others. They think clothes make them something. So they're willing to rob, steal, and kill for this. That whole village thing is over with. Because there is no village. Just like there is no quote-unquote black community. There is none of that. That doesn't exist. That's a joke. It can't be that when you have one group of people who want to live decently, then you have another group of people who don't want to live decently. And we can't we're not going to get along if I don't subscribe to that. And when you say a village, I dare you to chastise anybody's child in front of them and see if you don't get checked. If that don't turn out into an all-out brawl. I don't care if their kid was right or wrong. You don't tell their kids nothing. That's how they feel. So it can't take a village. You know, once upon a time, people had respect for their neighbors and stuff like that. The children knew the neighbors. The neighbors would discipline the children if the parents weren't around. Then the kids go back to the parents and get it all over again. The child said to the neighbor, hello, Mr. Such and Such. Hello, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Bring in their mail. If they cut their grass, if they knew the parents, the people were elderly or didn't have any children around, they cut their grass too. They bring them their mail. They go to the store for them. There's no respect for elderly. There's no respect for human life. So it doesn't matter the age. These people don't respect anybody. They don't respect the human race. This is why I'm telling you, we're dealing on a higher level here. We're dealing with demons. And I have to really put it that way because we want to keep trying to classify them as human beings. I don't see them as human beings because the stuff that they're doing goes against human nature. It's not in my nature to want to kill somebody. It's not in my nature to even want to physically harm somebody unless I'm protecting myself. And these people are doing without a second thought. So you know there is no soul that lies within them. They're demons. They're evil. And once the politicians realize this, they'll be better off. But I'm sure, I know they have to save face. That they have to come at this from a civilized fashion and showing that they're doing this and they're doing that. But again, this is going to affect everything. And it's going to affect politics. And if you think on Trump's watch, he going to allow this to go down in Detroit, Chicago, he going to send the National Guard in. He's going to declare martial law. That's what's going to happen. And then that'll be considered racist. You wouldn't do it in any other community because this. That's what it always is. But the black mayors, D.C., Baltimore, Chicago, New York, Oakland, you're not doing your job, man. You're not doing your job. And history's not going to be kind to you. You're not doing your job because this is all on your watch. These are quote unquote your people. These are the ones that you went to and pandered to get their vote. And now they don't even feel safe. And the crime's out of control. And nobody's doing anything about it. They'll have these conferences and we're going to have more mass shootings. The summer just really kicked in. Atlanta too. Don't let me forget it, ATL. There's only one way we can handle these demons, man. They're not people. I don't see them as human beings. I never will. You know what I'm saying? God forbid. If I was ever put in a situation, if it was me or them, it's damn sure going to be them. I would empty my clip into them. They're evil people. The rest of us is law-abiding citizens, and we're just trying to go about. It's already hard enough in life, and we have to deal with these people who want to take what we have because they don't want to work like we have to work. Who want to shoot innocent people 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning who are home with their babies and kill them. Who want to shoot people who are at a block party. It doesn't matter what they was there for. They didn't deserve to get shot by these cowards, these cowardly demons, because that's what in fact they are. They're cowardly demons. Yo, I said what I had to say, man. And yo, look, I'm not apologizing for nothing. You know? And you know, I really wished I lived in the city of Detroit to run against some of these clowns and unseat them or make an attempt to unseat them. Because I would definitely sell the people of Detroit something that they're not getting from their current politicians. And you know what that is? It's a guarantee that if I have to go to the state level, it's a guarantee. If I have to go to the federal level, we're going to eliminate this crime like this, man. We're going to get these people off the streets, man. Permanently. That's what I would guarantee that. And that would be the first thing I do on day one. I'd sweep all the streets, clean, and keep them that way. I know we're always going to have crime, and we're never going to live in a perfect society. But damn, man, people are sitting on their porches trying to enjoy a nice summer night with their wives, and they got to run inside to dodge bullets from these animals. And then they get away. All the cases in Chicago, Detroit, all these cases, the shooters got away. Again, New Era Detroit, 300. All you so-called activists, all you groups, y'all showing y'all faces during the day at City Hall. Get your asses out in the streets at night. Get these niggas off these blocks, man. And make sure they stay off permanently. That's what you need to do. Give the citizens back their neighborhoods. The ones who are actually paying taxes to live there. See, that's the thing that y'all don't talk about, but see, white people will talk about in a minute. They'll let these civil service, these cops know, look, my taxes pay your, you know what I'm saying, pay your salary, dude. You know what I'm saying? And you better do this. And they know to do that. Because that's in fact what it does. You a homeowner in the city of Detroit, you're renting, you deserve to live in a safe environment. You pay high enough taxes and you deserve that. And you should demand that. You have to demand that. Again, they paying these damn groups thousands and thousands of dollars to so-called keep violence down. Y'all need to be out there at night on the streets, man. Because that's when it pops off. Y'all need to do shifts. evening to night, late night, overnight. Hey man, I like to thank everybody who support the show, man. I'll probably be back again. I'm gonna try to be more current with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Black Fire. Thank everybody else who supported the show. Destiny Savage. And it's facts with a CTS, okay? Yo, like, subscribe, man. Share this, man. Let's get this out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, they don't want to hear this kind of talk. They too cowardly. They got too much to lose, I reckon. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, let's get this kind of conversation out there. You know? Word. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it out there. You know? Let's be safe, too. Let's be aware. Let's be alert. Remember, keep yourself out of them places, man, where it's all these people, black people, congregated. It just never ends well, you know? And one more thing on this, too. You know, I was just thinking about this, y'all. You know how the police chief said, it's people from out of town, excuse me, not from out of the city of Detroit who will come to Detroit and come doing all this lawlessness. What about the NFL draft? You have people from all over the country. You contain that. You contain whatever crime went on pretty well down there. I mean, I know why. Money was involved. Y'all citizens of Detroit, y'all better keep your eyes open, man. Keep your ears open. Vote these people out if they're not doing their job, man. Stop playing with the identity politics and just voting for the people because they share the same skin tone as you. They are public service. You better make them work for you. Because if not, you are going to keep finding yourself in a world of trouble. And it's sad if you're a taxpayer and you're dealing with this. You're paying thousands of dollars of home property tax every year. And you need to see what you're getting for that. You deserve to be in a safe community. They rehabbing all these houses on the east and west side. They doing all this stuff in your city. And keep it up. You won't be there long. You won't be living there long enough to even benefit from it. All right? Yo, man, y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Thank everybody for listening, all the support. I appreciate it, man. Yo, follow me. Instagram at Fun if you see it. At Nijad on X, and Facebook is /Write the Truth, man, with the number 2 Truth, man. Yo, we in here, man. Yo, might do this again tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? I like talking to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? And I like just putting it all out there, man. And yo, anybody's welcome to come on here and debate. Whenever, however, yo, I get it done, man. We can have a respectful debate. I won't talk over you. You won't talk over me. You know what I'm saying? We can do it like that. But yo, thank y'all, man. And I'm about to get up out of here, man. Yo, peace and love, man.